Well, here's the latest on the Nirav Modi scam, and I warn you, it's infuriating. The RBI governor, who deposed before the parliamentary panel yesterday, made some shocking comments, starting a fresh battle of who forgot to lock the stable doors with the finance ministry. According to our reporter, the RBI governor told the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Finance the following. PNB submitted incorrect compliance reports, so there was nothing we could do. The RBI doesn't have the powers to regulate PSU banks. The RBI cannot appoint and remove CMDs, and it's impossible to cover 1.16 lakh branches altogether and regulate all of them. The RBI has powers for bank supervision, but not for audits. To put this simply, viewers, this is like a security guard or a policeman saying that he couldn't stop the bank robber because someone was covering his eyes. Now, the Nirav Modi is no ordinary bank robber. He's a billionaire thief with friends in very high places who not only robbed our Punjab National Bank of 13,000 crore rupees, he's now on his way to join the league of Vijay Mallya and Lalit Modi in seeking political asylum in the UK. Now, the reason why I say our Punjab National Bank is because we pay for it with our tax money. And we are now paying for Nirav Modi's upscale, posh, extravagant, champagne-soaked lifestyle in London. And we don't just pay for Punjab National Bank, we pay for all PSU banks. That terrible one with a terrible customer service where the teller is playing solitaire on her computer, we pay for that one too. We are shareholders of these banks. So when they run into losses, our money is used to fund those losses. Just 3 days ago, we were told that losses of public sector banks have crossed a whopping 87,300 crore rupees this year. And according to the Mint, the government is putting finishing touches on a plan to pump, and I want to say this slowly, 2.11 trillion rupees into PSU banks to cover up those losses and just keep these banks alive. That's 1.3% of our GDP. So that's our money, and here we have the RBI governor, the finance ministry and the Central Vigilance Commission all passing the buck between themselves over who has to take responsibility for this colossal mess and this big blow they have dealt to the Indian economy. Now, we've been warned repeatedly by economists and former RBI governors about the sorry state of affairs in our public sector banks. Economic advisor Arvind Subramaniam has said, and he's the advisor to the government, he says recent events have suggested that public sector banks' internal controls are not strong enough. The question arises whether external controls in regulation and supervision by the regulator are strong enough. More importantly, former RBI Governor Y.V. Reddy has also said lately that taxpayers who have entrusted their money to the government-owned banks should be asking the government to explain why, as custodian of the money, you failed to prevent this fraud. That's an excellent idea, Mr. Reddy. In fact, tonight we are going to demand why. Why, after 5 whole months, Nirav Modi fled with our money and we have failed to nail the real culprit behind this colossal mess? Was it the finance ministry who was meant to be the custodian of our money? Was it the RBI, the banking regulator, who failed to do its primary job of regulating banking? Or was it Punjab National Bank, responsible for letting out 13,000 crore rupees from a bank that is worth 20,000 crore rupees? How could it be possible that only a branch level officer has been held responsible and nobody else in the bank knew anything about it? Of course, we want to bring Nirav Modi back and all that money back if it's not too late. But this perfect crime has created a blueprint for other such smooth operators who owe our banks a boatload of money. Get this, 29 people, only 29 people being pursued right now by the CBI and the ED in 15 different cases collectively owe the banks 40,000 crore rupees. 29 people, 40,000 crore rupees. Are we going to be satisfied with the silence of the finance ministry, the weak excuses of the RBI? Or like Mr. Y.V. Reddy suggested tonight, we the taxpayers who entrusted our money to the government-owned banks are going to ask the government to explain why. Why, as the custodian of our money, you failed to prevent this fraud? That's the question we're asking today. 5 months have passed since Nirav Modi fled this country. Why do we not have any answers? And why is it that nobody is willing to take responsibility or to plug the holes in our system?